A warm welcome to all students about to write the NID exam in January. You may be feeling confident, underprepared, nervous, desperate, or indifferent. Whatever your state of mind is right now, you need to become calm and confident and alert for the exam. Calm so that the creative juices actually flow. Most great ideas emerge out of an idle mind. Remember, Archimedes discovered buoyancy relaxing in a bathtub, and Newton discovered gravity idling under an apple tree. You need to be confident because we all tend to make silly mistakes when nervous and unsure. Tension can make you commit blunders like missing out an entire question. And alert so that we don't miss out on keywords and misjudge a question and don't lose track of time. Today, I'm going to tell you some last minute tips and tricks for the NID entrance exam. First, be prepared for surprises. The NID exam pattern usually consists of two parts. Part A is the aptitude component and Part B is the drawing component. Part A consists of approximately 20-22 questions, totaling to about 30 or 40 marks. It can vary each year. And Part B will have 3 to 4 questions for about 60 to 70 marks, totaling to around 100 marks of the entire paper. In some years, we have seen a total flip of Part A and Part B weightage, with Part A being 60 marks and Part B being 40 marks. So be prepared for the unexpected. NID paper usually has some surprises. Second, manage your time. The thumb rule would be to devote 5 minutes for a 5-mark question, 12 minutes for a 10-mark question, and not more than 20 minutes for a 15-mark question. Please remember that NID paper is a tight squeeze for time. Every year, students talk about leaving a question because they did not get enough time or rushing through the last question and thereby not doing it to their satisfaction. To avoid this, begin the paper with a sense of urgency. Define your time and stick to it. You should be able to finish 30 marks question in 40 minutes, and if you haven't done so, remember you are lagging behind and you need to rush. Practice a lot of time-bound papers before the exam so that you get into the habit of starting off in full steam and sustain it to the end till the end of the 3 hours. Creativity needs endurance and stamina, and you can only develop this by practicing. Keep a normal wristwatch in front of you during the exam and keep track of your time. Third, the process of ideation. The first idea is not usually the best. When you read a question, quickly jot down the first idea that comes to your mind and set it aside. Then look for at least 2 more possible ideas and then decide which one is the best to use for that question. Initially, you will be impatient, but with enough practice, you can control your mind to think in a systematic manner and come up with unique ideas. We have taught in our classes how to come up with new and original ideas. Practice the methodology taught in the AFD India classes so you can execute it in the limited time during the exam. Fourth, decide if the question wants you to be creative or to show your skill. Not all answers need to be drawn to perfection. Some questions are merely checking your creativity and ideas. You must spend more time ideating and coming up with alternate solutions rather than spending your time shading and beautifying your answers. Proportion and perspective are very important in the NID exam. Read the instruction booklet very carefully and understand what is written on it. Now let me list out some stationery which you should carry for the exam. Black ballpoint pen, at least 2 of them, to fill the answers on the OMR sheet. Also carry a blue ballpoint pen and HB pencil for drawing. A clutch pencil only if you are used to it and you have practiced with it for a few months, then carry a clutch pencil. Shading pencils, 2B and maybe a 4B, but not beyond that. And carry more than 1 sharpened pencils. Like carry maybe 2 or 3 sharpened HB pencils, because what if you drop one on the floor and it breaks its lead? What if you lose one and you cannot find it? You don't have time to look for it. So make sure you have at least 2 or 3 sharpened HB pencils and shading pencils in enough numbers. Use a transparent scale whenever you need to draw maybe some border lines, but do not use tools to draw, or to draw the answer to your question. Use dry colors like pencil colors or water soluble pencil colors, but don't use water. uh, Water soluble colors are usually softer and easier to use. Don't use crayons, because crayons again can get messy and leave marks on the adjoining paper. So best thing is to stick to pencil colors. Things to remember on the day of the exam: download your admit card and keep at least 2 printed copies of the admit card with you. Keep them in 2 places, so if you miss one of it, you still have another one as a backup. Keep a photo ID proof with you. It can be an Aadhaar card, passport, or driving license. Keep the original and a copy of it with you. And as told earlier, don't forget to carry a simple wristwatch. So I hope that you find this video helpful, and do keep these points in mind and be calm and focused throughout the exam. Wish you all the best from the AFD team.